We have a driver change. Race number 1 has 8 starters. Base Lake, Dancing Lassie, Petrus Bird, Frosty Butler, JB's Jack, Mystery Time, Elmer Rodeni, and Super Good. Here they come. They're off, and as they leave the gate, Frosty Butler away quickly with JB's Jack. They battle for the lead. Base Lake follows out third. Outside, Petrus Bird has 4. Dancing Lassie at the fence is 5th. Then Mystery Time races from 6th. Elmer Rodeni. And trailing the field is Super Good. They make the turn into the backstretch as they race on to quarter 1. Number 5, JB's Jack, leads it by 2 open lengths. Frosty Butler is traveling at the fence 2nd. Petrus Bird looks at it 3rd. A length back to Base Lake in 4. Then Dancing Lassie has 5. Campaigning the rail 6th is Mystery Time, Elmer Verdeni. And at the tail end of the field is Super Good. Racing into the turn and onto the 3/8, JB's Jack, now just by 1.5 lengths. Frosty Butler from 2. Petrus Bird tied up 3. 32 and 2/5 the opening quarter. Base Lake has 4. Traveling 5 at the rail. And looking to the outside is Dancing Lassie. They swing off of the upper turn. Mystery Time in 6th. Elmer Verdeni. And trailing off the turn is Super Good. As they come up to the halfway marker, it's still JB's Jack in control of the field. Frosty Butler right there 2nd. Petrus Bird races 3rd. 4 lengths back to Dancing Lassie outside in 4. Base Lake drops back to 5th. Mystery Time into the passing lane. Then Super Good and Elmer Verdeni halfway home, 107 and 1/5. They're midway through the panic turn. And down the backstretch for the final time, it's still JB's Jack by 1 length over Frosty Butler. Petrus Bird is staying right with them 3rd. At the rail 4th, Dancing Lassie. Mystery Time moves up into contention. Then Super Good, Base Lake, and trailing is Elmer Verdeni. Through the backside, final time as they race past the 3/4. Here comes Frosty Butler now out of the pocket to challenge for the lead. Racing into the turn, Frosty Butler on the outside. In along the fence is JB's Jack. Within striking distance, 3rd is Petrus Bird. Mystery Time has 4. Outside, Dancing Lassie 5. Super Good, Elmer Verdeni and Base Lake. 141 and 3/5 the 3/4. By the 7/8, and Frosty Butler leads the charge into the stretch. Petrus Bird rushes up on the outside. In along the fence is JB's Jack. Here they come down the stretch. Frosty Butler, Petrus Bird is bearing down on the outside as they come to the wire. Frosty Butler, they're not catching him. It's Frosty Butler, Petrus Bird, and the show spot looks like Mystery Time on the outside. Race 2, 6 entries, Bonshaw Gary, Ocean Street, Whisper Jesse James, Want You Treasure, Therapy, and Jacquelina. Here they come. They're off and pacing as they leave the gate. Therapy alertly on the outside, driving for the lead. At the rail, Bonshaw Gary, Whisper Jesse James away 3rd. At the fence, racing from 4th is Want You Treasure, driving up 5, Jacquelina. And Ocean Street will trail the field. Going by the 8th and into the backstretch for the first time onto the quarter. And Therapy is the pace setter. Leads it by 1 length. Bonshaw Gary is traveling 2nd in along the wood and racing 3rd. As they go by the quarter, Whisper Jesse James. There goes Jacqueline to the outside 4th. Then Watch Your Treasure from 5, and Ocean Street is the trailer. Into the turn, they continue on. And up front, it's still Therapy maintaining a lead of 1 length and a quarter from 2, Bonshaw Gary. Jacquelina is traveling up on the outside. A Whisper Jesse James out the rail. Then Watch Your Treasure, and trailing the field off of the upper turn is Ocean Street, the quarter in 32 and 3/5, swinging off the turn. And down the lane they come. It's still Therapy and Bonshaw Gary. They continue to race 1-2. Whisper Jesse James stays with them 3rd. Jacquelina from 4, racing in 5, and staying to the rail is Watch Your Treasure, and Ocean Street is the trailer. They're past the half, continuing into the panic turn on the way to the backstretch. Therapy will chart the path to the 3/4. Bonshaw Gary stays right on his back 2nd. Whisper Jesse James within striking distance 3rd, half in 105 and 1. Then moving up to take over 4, Watch Your Treasure, Jacquelina, and Ocean Street still trailing. Through the backstretch and up quickly now, challenging for the lead, is Bonshaw Gary. Has it by a neck. Therapy battles back out the rail. Then a gap of 1 length. Back into 3, we find Whisper Jesse James from 4. Racing into the turn is Watch Your Treasure, Jacqueline, and Ocean Street. 137 and 4/5. They travel on by the 7/8. Up front, They're stride for stride on the outside. Bonshaw Gary, Therapy at the rail. Whisper Jesse James follows third. Off the turn fourth is Watch It Treasure. They straighten out, and here they come to the wire. Therapy, Bonshaw Gary tries him on the outside second as they come through the lane. Therapy now comes back on to regain the lead by a length. It's going to be Therapy, Bonshaw Gary, and Whisper Jesse James. Race number 3, Sunrise Skipper, Whisper Nifty Nick, Air Lucky Tip, Maidstone Janet, Red Tassel, Hawaiian Deal, ENR Wilbert, and Viewville Gambler. Here they come. They are off and pacing, leaving the gate. Sunrise Skipper out from the rail. Whisper Nifty Nick in the center. Maidstone Janet is 3 wide into the turn. ENR Wilbert out the rail. AR Lucky Tip is traveling away in 5. From 6th in the early going, and off stride goes Viewville Gambler as they make the turn into the backstretch, racing on to the opening quarter. And as they drive through the backstretch, up front it's Sunrise Skipper with the lead. Driving up now looking for the lead is Maidstone Janet. And along the fence and racing from 3 as they race into the turn. And on to the 3/8 is Whisper Nifty Nick. And ENR Wilbert, AR Lucky Tip, Red Tassel, Hawaiian Deal, and a trailing Viewville Gambler. Continuing on by the 3/8, the opening panel, 32 and 4/5, and Maidstone Janet is the pace setter. Sunrise Skipper from 2. Here comes ENR Wilbert to the outside 3rd. Swinging off the upper turn, Whisper Nifty Nick races from 4 in front of the stand for the first time. As they check into the halfway point, it's Maidstone Janet. On the outside, ENR Wilbert. Sunrise Skipper with a good journey is now locked out the fence. In along the rail, Whisper Nifty Nick. Red Tassel into the passing lane is racing 5th. AR Lucky Tip from 6th. Then Hawaiian Deal and Viewville Gambler. You can see them all as they race into the paddock turn. The half in 107 and 4/5. It's still Maidstone Janet. ENR Wilbert is inching up on the outside now within half a length as they make the turn into the backstretch. Sunrise Skipper now comes out to pick up the cover. Whisper Nifty Nick will follow the rail from 4. Outside, Red Tassel is racing 5. AR Lucky Tip, Hawaiian Deal, and Viewville Gambler. As they continue on by the 3/4, it's now ENR Wilbert by 1 length. In along the fence, Maidstone Janet continues to race 2. On the outside, Sunrise Skipper looks to have some life 3rd. In along the fence, Whisper Nifty Nick is 4th. Red Tassel from 5. AR Lucky Tip is 6th. Off the upper turn, 140 and 3, the 3/4, less than 1/8 to go. ENR Wilbert, but Maidstone Janet is hanging tough at the rail. Down the stretch they come. ENR Wilbert, Maidstone Janet, outside Sunrise Skipper as they come to the wire. It's ENR Wilbert. It'll be ENR Wilbert, Sunrise Skipper, and the show spot to Maidstone Janet. Race number 4, Beaver Bend, Cameron Brandy, Granddad's Girl, Who's to Question, PH Honda, Doan Tony JG, BG's Ever Sharp, and Ocean Ranger. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Beaver Bend is quick off the gate to grab the lead. Doan Tony JG drives outside 2nd. BG's Ever Sharp follows up 3rd. Granddad's Girl will go to the fence 4th. Ocean Ranger traveling from 5. Then Cameron Brandy, Who's to Question, and PH Honda will trail the field. They go by the 8th and into the backstretch. It's Beaver Bend setting the early tempo. Doan Tony JG on the outside. In along the fence is BG's Ever Sharp. Then Granddad's Girl is traveling 4th. Out the rail 5. And looking to the outside is Ocean Ranger. Then we have a 4/9 gap back to Cameron Brandy, Who's to Question, and the PH Honda. By the opening quarter, they race into the turn on their way past the 3/8, and Ocean Ranger comes up quickly on the outside to grab the top spot. Beaver Bend will now race 2nd. At the rail 3rd is Doan Tony JG. BG's Ever Sharp campaigns the fence 4th. From 5 is Granddad's Girl. Swinging off the turn is Cameron Brandy in 6th. Who's to Question on PH Honda 33, the opening panel. They're midway through the lane, and Ocean Ranger is now in control of the field. Beaver Bend races 2nd. At the fence, Doan Tony JG. There goes BG's Ever Sharp into the passing lane 4th. Granddad's Girl at the rail 5. Then Cameron Brandy, Who's to Question, and PH Honda can see them all. Midway through the paddock turn, they're on their way to the backstretch for the final time, and it's Ocean Ranger taking them out of the 3/4. Beaver Bend hangs top second. BG's Eversharp is now gaining ground outside third. Going Tony JG out the rail is fourth. Racing from 5 is Granddad's Girl. Cameron Brandy has sixth. In along the fence, PH Honda. And who's the question? On past the 3/4 they go. Ocean Ranger still out front by 1 length. BG's Eversharp now moves up into contention second. At the fence third is Beaver Bend. Then Doan Tony JG. Cameron Brandy moves up with PH Honda. And the trailer is Who's the Question. On by the 7/8 they go. 139 and 2 the 3/4. Off the top turn, it's still Ocean Ranger half a length. BG's Eversharp is a game on the outside second as they come through the lane. Ocean Ranger outside is BG's Eversharp bearing down. At the line, it's going to be BG's Eversharp, Ocean Ranger, and Beaver Bend. Fifth race, WP Mel's Chip, Island Bobby, Lingan Matthew, Mel Temmie, Eunice Jolly, and Bombastic scores the outside 6. Here they come. They're off and pacing, and as they leave the gate, WP Mel's Chip away. Out through the center goes Island Bobby, and driving on the outside, Bombastic. And Lingan Matthew. Outside is Eunice Jolly racing from 5, and Mel Temmie will trail the field. By the 8th and into the backstretch, they race on to quarter 1. It's Island Bobby. He'll set the early fractions from 2 Bombastic. WP Mel's Chip at the fence is third. Eunice Jolly is hooked on the outside and moves up and along the rail. And racing from 5 is Lingan Matthew. And the trailer will be Mel Temmie on by the opening panel. And into the turn they go, Island Bobby. Eunice Jolly on the outside wants the top spot. And in behind them third is Bombastic. Half a length back into 4. And we find WP Mel's Chip. Then Lingan Matthew, and trailing the field is Mel Temmie. The opening fraction, 32 and 4/5. They swing off of the upper turn and into the lane for the first time. Eunice Jolly brings them up to the halfway point. Here comes Bombastic out into the passing lane second. Traveling at the rail third is Island Bobby. And outside is Lingan Matthew, WP Mel's Chip, and Mel Temmie. They're past the half and heading into the paddock turn for the second time. It's Bombastic now heading the field into the backstretch. Eunice Jolly from 2, Island Bobby. In along the fence is WP Mel's Chip, then Lingan Matthew. And Mel Temmie continues to trail half and 105 down the backside for the final time. As they head for the 3/4, Bombastic. Eunice Jolly now comes back on the outside, is within half a length. WP Mel's Chip is locked in along the fence third, outside Island Bobby. Lingan Matthew and Mel Temmie now with a 4-wide move from the tail end of the field. Heading on to the 7/8 they go, and by half a length it's still Bombastic. Eunice Jolly sits on the outside second. Lingan Matthew begins to move out 3 wide. In along the fence, WP Mel's Chip has no daylight. And out swinging 4 wide is Mel Temmie, 138 and 3 off of the top turn. They're well bunched as they straighten out for home. Bombastic leads the charge. Outside Lingan Matthew, WP Mel's Chip, Eunice Jolly in the center, Mel Temmie on the extreme outside. As they come to the wire, they're not beating Bombastic. Eunice Jolly on the show spot will go to Lingan Matthew. Race 6 has Gale's Prize, Hornby Keith, Kenmaroo Canoe, Fancy Cash, Lingan Temmie, Comic Chip, Doan Todiani, and Bonnie Scarlett. Here they come. They're off, and as they leave the gate, away quickly from the rail is Gale's Prize. Kenmaroo Canoe drives out through the center. Comic Chip is 3 wide into the turn. Then Doan Todiani follows up 4th. Hornby Keith is in the center 5th. At the rail is Bonnie Scarlett 6th. And Fancy Cash. And trailing the field as they go down the backside for time 1 is Lingan Temmie. They race out of the opening quarter. Up front, it's Gale's Prize with the lead by 1 length. Comic Chip is driving second. At the fence, Kenmaroo Canoe 3rd. Hornby Keith on the limb is 4th. At the rail, Doan Todiani from 5. Fancy Cash is strung out in 6th. Racing 7 is Bonnie Scarlett. And trailing is Lingan Temmie. The opening panel 31 and 3/5, and Gale's Prize is still in charge by a length and a half. Comic Chip will get the good journey second. And traveling off the top turn, they swing in front of the stand for the first time, and up to the halfway point they come. And out front, it's still Gale's Prize by an open length. Comic Chip is second. Doe and Todiani first over third. Then Hornby Keith is out the fence fourth. Fancy Cash on the outside races from 5. Moving sixth off the rail is Kangaroo Canoe. Bonnie Scarlet and Lingan Tammy start to move from the tail end. 104 and 3/5 the half. As they continue past the 5/8 and down the backstretch for the final time, it's still Gale's Prize. She'll chart the path onto the 3/4. In along the fence, racing second is Comic Chip. Doe and Tony Annie on the outside within striking distance. Then Hornby Keith is covered up. Racing from 4, Kangaroo Canoe looks to go 3 wide. 5, Bonnie Scarlet. Lingan Tammy and Fancy Cash is on the run at the tail end. On past the 3/4, they're 4 deep as they race into the turn and onto the 7/8. Gale's Prize on the outside, looking for the lead is Doe and Tony Annie. Then Hornby Keith is out 3 wide. Extreme outside is Kangaroo Canoe. They're well bunched as they swing by the 7/8, 4 deep off the top turn in the center, and with a slim lead is Doe and Tony Annie. Gale's Prize at the rail. Hornby Keith, Kangaroo Canoe in the extreme outside. They come through the lane. Bonnie Scarlet looks for daylight. Here they come, 4 wide. Kangaroo Canoe and Gale's Prize at the line. It's going to be awfully tight. Looks like Gale's Prize, Kangaroo Canoe, and Doe and Tony Annie. Race 7, SJ's Pride, Jack's Lad, like New York, Cameron Brent, Starlight Helen, Mabu Rivervella, and Dixie Treasure. Here they come. They're off and pacing. SJ's Pride, Jack's Lad, and Cameron Brent. 3 of them out together looking for the lead. And along the fence, Doan driving from 3, Dixie Treasure. Then racing out the fence from 5 as they go into the backstretch is like New York, Starlight Helen. And the trailer Mabu Rivervella continuing on to the quarter. Cameron Brent on the outside looks to take the lead away from SJ's Pride. He does as they straighten out. And Jack's Lad follows away third. 2 lengths back into 4. And Dixie Treasure from 5 is like New York. Racing 6, Starlight Helen. 3 lengths back in trailing Mabu Rivervella. They're spread out a bit as they race into the turn and out of the 3/8. Cameron Brent by 2 open lengths. SJ's Pride. And next in line is Jack's Lad. Dixie Treasure looks at it 4th. Like New York campaigns the rail 5, holding down 6, Starlight Helen. And Mabu Rivervella the quarter in 30 and the 2/5. There's still no change in positions as they swing off of the upper turn and check into station 2. It's Cameron Brent by 4 open lengths. SJ's Pride from 2. Jack's Lad races 3. Staying to the rail 4th is Dixie Treasure. Like New York swings into the passing lane. Then Starlight Helen and Mabu Rivervella. They pass the half in 102 and 1/5 as they continue on by the 5/8. It's still Cameron Brent. SJ's Pride is second. Jack's Lad on the outside first over third. Then Dixie Treasure is hemmed in 4th. Traveling down the backstretch like New York has cover in 5. Mabu Rivervella begins to move from the tail end. And Starlight Helen on past the 3/4 they go. And Cameron Brent is still looking strong in the front end. Still clear by 4 lengths. Jack's Lad now gives chase second like New York. Within striking distance is third. Mabu Rivervella moves up quickly now 4th. SJ's Pride is dropped back to be 5. Starlight Helen and Dixie Treasure. 135 and 3/5 to 3/4. Past the 7/8 they go. It's still Cameron Brent, but closing in from 2 is Jack's Lad. Mabu Rivervella gains ground on the outside third. Like New York is 4th. Here they come down the lane into the wire. Cameron Brent, Jack's Lad, Mabu Rivervella rushes up third. As they come to the wire, they're not catching Cameron Brent, Mabu Rivervella, and Jack's Lad. Race 8 of the evening, top of the stretch has River Valley's Kaylee, Kathy Road, C.E. Beaumont, Sarah John, Norgale Cupid. The trailers are Elm River Master and Norotros. Here they come. They're away and pacing. River Valley's Kaylee is quick off the gate to grab the lead, heading into the turn. Kathy Road drives out second. Norgale Cupid is leaving third out the fence, moving to the fence 4th as they go into the backstretch for the first time. And a race out of the opening quarter is C.E. Beaumont. Then from 5 is Elm River Master. Racing 6th is Sarah John, and the trailer is Norotros. Continuing on to the quarter, and Norgale Cupid comes up looking for the lead. And along the fence is River Valley's Kaylee. Then Kathy Road is racing 3rd. 5 lengths back into 4. And we find Elmer Vermaster. C.E. Beaumont is traveling 5th. Sarah John from 6th. And Norotross is at the tail end of the field. They race on by the 3/8. And up front by 1 length is Norgale Cupid. The opening panel 31 and 4. River Valley's Killy will get a good journey from 2. Swinging off the upper turn, Kathy Road looks at it 3rd. And racing from 4th as they come in front of the stand is Elmer Vermaster. Sarah John moves to the outside, 5 C.E. Beaumont. And traveling from the back is Norotross. They check into station 2, and it's Norgale Cupid heading the way into the lower turn. River Valley's Killy tight on her back 2nd. Then Kathy Road from 3. Elmer Vermaster eyes the passing lane 4th. Here comes Norotross on the outside from 5. Sarah John will pick up the cover 6th. And C.E. Beaumont can see them all as they make the turn into the backstretch. Half in 105, and Norgale Cupid is still holding on to the lead. Up on the outside as they go down the backstretch is Kathy Road. Along the fence, River Valley's Killy. Then racing 2nd over and tipping up 3 wide is Norotross, and moving up quickly, it's Norgale Cupid. Norotross is gaining ground on the outside, 2nd, and drives right onto the top spot. It's Norotross in along the fence, Norgale Cupid. On the outside, Kathy Road. River Valley's Killy is still with them in 4. Racing from 5, Elmer Vermaster. C.E. Beaumont, Sarah John, 137 and 3/5. They got less than 1/8 to go. And Norotross now draws away from the field by 2 lengths. Norgale Cupid at the rail hangs on to 2. On the outside, Kathy Road. Off stride is River Valley's Killy. Up the line, it's Norotross, Norgale Cupid. And it's close for 3 between C.E. Beaumont and Kathy Road. Race number 9 of the evening has Vice Versa, West River Whalen, Nectar's Choice, Cool Cover, Brett's Edge, and on the outside is Disputer. Here they come. They're off, and as they leave the gate, Brett's Edge away quickly with Vice Versa. On the outside, Disputer leaves 3 wide, and West River Whalen away 4th. From 5, Nectar's Choice, and the Cool Cover is up the back. They race in pairs into the turn as they go by the opening 8th, and now getting the top is Brett's Edge. Disputer is driving up on the outside 2nd, in along the fence, and racing from 3 is Vice Versa. Then traveling 4th is West River Whalen. 5 lengths back to Nectar's Choice and the Cool Cover. Racing on by the opening quarter, it's Brett's Edge leading by 1 length. Dropping back into the pocket 2. As they race into the turn is Disputer. Vice Versa holds down 3. Tied up 4th is West River Whalen. Nectar's Choice now closes the gap in 5. And out the tail end of the field is Cool Cover. They race off of the top turn after a quarter of 30 and 3/5, and Brett's Edge is in control of the field. Maintains the lead of 1 length. Disputer with a good journey is 2nd. Vice Versa looks to the outside 3rd. West River Whalen stays to the rail 4th. Outside, here comes Cool Cover. And trailing now is Nectar's Choice into the lower bend and continuing to the backstretch. Still Brett's Edge. Vice Versa now driving up on the outside is 2nd. Off the rail, Disputer 3rd. Then Cool Cover 2nd over 4th. West River Whalen is hemmed in 5th. And Nectar's Choice 104 and 4 1/2 down the backside for the final time, and Vice Versa by 3 parts of a length on the outside. Brett's Edge is battling back at the rail 2nd. Here comes Disputer now off the rail in a 3. West River Whalen moves up to be 4th. Cool Cover and Nectar's Choice racing on to the 7/8 to go. It's now Vice Versa by 1 length. Disputer driving on the outside is 2nd. Brett's Edge in along the fence. Then looking for racing room, West River Whalen. Outside, Cool Cover looks to go 3 wide, and Nectar's Choice is now beginning to roll from the back. 137 3/4. Vice Versa takes them off the top turn. Brett's Edge is coming back on at the rail. Nectar's Choice driving up 3 wide. Disputer. Here they come to the lane. Vice Versa. Brett's Edge is coming back on. West River Whalen in along the fence as they come to the wire. It's going to be Vice Versa, West River Whalen, and the show spot will go to Brett's Edge. Tenth and final has Inflation, Stopper Island Escort, GP's Bullet, Highfalutin, Kilkieran Duchess, Norgale Henna, Save On Gas, and Edgewood Marcy. They're off, and Inflation Stopper quick off the rail, grabs the lead. Highfalutin drives up on the outside. Save On Gas follows out 3rd. Then Kilkerran Duchess on the outside is fourth. Out the rail racing 5 Island Escort, Edgewood Mercy, then GP's Bullet, and the trailer is Norgale Hannah. They travel by the 8th and into the backstretch. Inflation Stopper with the late half a length. Highfalutin is strung out second. At the rail, Save On Gas travels third. Holding down 4 is Island Escort. Looking at it from 5 in the early going is Kilkerran Duchess. 3 lengths back to Edgewood Mercy, who has 6. GP's Bullet and Norgale Hannah can see them all into the turn. It's now Highfalutin, the new leader. Inflation Stopper is in the pocket. Save On Gas tied up third. Then racing from 4 is Island Escort. Tied up 5 is Kilkerran Duchess. Still 2 lengths back to Edgewood Mercy. Off of the turn, GP's Bullet. And still trailing is Norgale Hannah. In front of the stand for the first time as they come by the halfway point. It's Highfalutin, still in control of the field. Leads it by a length and a quarter. Inflation Stopper. Save On Gas is third. Island Escort from 4. Racing 5, Kilkerran Duchess. Edgewood Mercy to the outside. GP's Bullet and Norgale Hannah. Half in 105 and 2/5. Into the lower bend as they go by the 5/8 for the second and final time. It's still Highfalutin maintaining a 1-length lead. Inflation Stopper now moves up in along the rail. Racing third is Save On Gas. Island Escort to the outside is going up 3 wide. And moving on as they pass the 3/4, Inflation Stopper out the rail now takes over the lead once again. Off stride is Highfalutin. Then Save On Gas in the center. Island Escort on the extreme outside is 3 wide. Kilkerran Duchess within striking distance is 4th. GP's Bullet from 5. Edgewood Mercy, Norgale Hannah, and Highfalutin. They race on by the 7/8 and Island Escort out 3 wide to take over the lead. Save On Gas comes back on in the center. Inflation Stopper. Kilkerran Duchess is within striking distance. Here they come through the lane and to the wire. Island Escort and Save On Gas. Those two hook up as they come through the lane. Kilkerran Duchess drives third. At the wire, it's going to be Island Escort. Save On Gas in the show spot will go to Kilkerran Duchess.